we're going to be repairing and rebuilding a catch basin. Keep watching the video, I'll show you how I do it. Welcome back, it's Jeff Lepard from DoItAllSealing.com. On this channel, we do driveway sealing, paving, asphalt repairs, line painting, and much, much more. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Today we're going to be repairing and rebuilding this catch basin. If you actually see what's going on, the modulocks inside, the riser rings, have all deteriorated, cracked, and broke, and it's all eroding into the basin. So that's causing the asphalt to fail. Everything is getting pushed into the basin here. So we're gonna have to excavate this out, replace it with 10 new precast riser rings, or modulocks as you call it, and then rebuild the catch basin, fix the ground, so the base, and then we're gonna apply asphalt. The first step that we're gonna do is we're just gonna mark it out so that I know where to saw cut. Now, if you've seen the other videos in the past, you see that I like to make the saw cuts parallel with the catch basin frame so that it aesthetically looks nicer. Because we have this concrete pad here, I'm just going to be cutting up to the one edge of the concrete up to the other side. I'm just going to excavate all of this. It's just going to look nicer. There's no sense in leaving a couple feet of asphalt. So I'm going to just go ahead and start marking that now before I start my saw cuts. We're ready to begin our saw cuts now. I'm going to be using my TS400 still saw to do the saw cuts. You could also use a walk-behind saw, which we prefer to use. It's a little easier on your back, but since this is the only patch we're doing today, we're just going to use the TS400. We didn't want to bring the trailer for the big saw. So I'm going to get started. Make sure we have our hearing protection, we have our eye goggles for our eyes, and we got our masks. I just finished doing the saw cuts, so now we're ready to take the bobcat loader and excavate the existing asphalt so that I can gain a little more access closer to the catch basin before I start my hand digging. So what I did now, I just took the pickaxe and I just opened up a slight area so that my bucket can actually get in there and scoop the asphalt. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this, and we'll get the show on the road. I just wanted to point out, while we're excavating, you can see that there's actually two layers of asphalt here. You have your base coat, which is your HL8, and you have your top coat, which is your finishing coat, HL3. So I just wanted to show you guys, most commercial properties do have, or should have, two-stage asphalt, or we call them two lifts. So we're going to continue the excavate. Once we finish excavating the asphalt, we're going to repair the base. We're going to put some more base down. We're going to put some HL8 and HL3 and restore it back to what it was. We just finished excavating the asphalt around the work area, so now we're gonna have to remove the catch basin lid and frame. So if you're gonna be doing this by hand, you're gonna need at least 2 people to do this. What you wanna do is just get the lid off of the frame. So if you actually have 2 people, you can lift this off. And once you remove this at the side, then you'll have access to remove the frame. Now, since we have the bobcat loader here, we're not gonna do this by hand. I'm just gonna let the bobcat do all the work. Now that the catch basin lid and frame are removed from the area, now we have to excavate around the old modulocks, riser rings as you will, and we're just going to dump them in the bobcat, and we're going to throw them in the trailer just to dispose of them before we clean the area and putting new modulocks, new catch basin riser rings. We just finished hand digging around the catch basin so that we can put the modulocks, the 2-inch riser rings in. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you clean the surface of the actual catch basin frame, the precast. So you use a shovel to make sure that there's no rocks and debris, because when you put the riser rings down, you don't want them wobbly, you want them flush. So I just put the 2-inch precast riser ring in the ditch here. I'm just gonna lay it down for the first one, and I have 9 more to go. So I have 10 of these to go in for 20 inches. And the reason that is, I already knew how many I would need because I measured with the measuring tape before I actually started the job. So you just wanna make sure you have enough water slopage that the catch basin isn't going to sit too high where you're going to leave pooling outside of the patch area. You want the water still to flow into the catch basin, so it has to be slightly lower than the grade. Okay, that's not moving. So the other 9 are gonna lock into place on top. instead we're going to use some granular A and start packing that every 3 to 4 inches around the catch basin. Just finished filling in the catch basin with fresh granular A due to the fact that the soil was really poor and almost like a swampy kind of mix. So now we're going to run the compactor around the patch area because the ground's been disturbed from us excavating. Compact this granular A in before we start applying new granular A base, before we start the first layer or first lift of asphalt. Finished applying the granular A to the surrounding patch area. We're just going to run the plate tamper, the compactor, over the area. Then we're going to take off to go get our HL8 base coat asphalt. Before we lay the base coat asphalt, we're going to use a bit of tack coat just for the sides to help bond the existing asphalt with the new asphalt. So we're ready to begin putting the base lift of asphalt down. So I'm just going to get the bobcat started and I'm going to start applying that. So I'm just gonna give it a rake, keeping in mind that I'm not trying to fill it to the top because it's the base coat. I'm just gonna leave it a couple of inches for the top coat to go down. We just finished laying down the base coat of asphalt. It's ready to be plate tamped. So I'm gonna use a little bit of water, obviously, to stop the sticking from the asphalt sticking to the plate tamper. And of course, we have our handy asphalt shoes. Allows me to walk on top of the asphalt without messing up the finish. So the base coat of asphalt is complete. It's now compacted, it's cooled off. Now we're going to apply the final stage, the second stage of asphalt, HL3, and then we're just gonna put a little bit more tack coat to bond the first stage to the second lift to the first lift of asphalt. Ready to start scooping the second lift of asphalt, the top coat, the final coat. Of the patch. We're now ready to begin plate tamping the final coat of asphalt, the final layer. Finished plate tamping the patch area now. So we're just putting the pylons blocking off the area so that traffic can't drive over our patch. In a few hours we'll remove the pylons and traffic can resume. So that's it. I just want to thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, bash that bell to turn notifications on for all of our upcoming videos. Share the video, like our video, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And we'll see you next time from doitallceiling.com. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.